Nowhere. Holy leg. Oh my. Washed. Oh. Timing. Timing. Alright then, let's search for our game. Oh, shoulder's killing, bro. Wait to quit the... Dun, 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 dun. This is a borderline of 4, bro. He's gonna give us that a TPM shot, even though we got it on definitely. So why does it say that, but it still allows us to matchmake? So surely people with that not even got a TPM activated get the same message. No, actually, it would be RB. Get some food. Let me make a text. Let's put a Fent video on. Maybe not that big actually. Put it there. This. Should put a Fern video on. Not gonna even be 22 minutes, but is that loud enough?
Class is about to start for these 40 school kids. Like every week, the teacher starts searching everyone's pockets. This time, he finds something on a little girl. 5 kernels of grain. The teacher snaps and commands the girl to come up front. She has to kneel down on the hard concrete floor. With a wooden stick, he strikes her on the head. Again, and again, and again, and again. Her classmates watch in silence. The beating goes on until the little girl collapses. Afterwards, her classmates carry her home. The same night, she dies. The little girl and the other 39 children are all inmates in one of North Korea's deadliest prison camps, Camp 14.
Comparisons have been drawn to the Nazi death camps, to the Soviet Gulag. You know, they're accurate, and in their own way, they're different.
A lawless detention facility hidden in the mountains of Kaeshan, a place where people are imprisoned for the crimes of their parents. Once you end up here, you will most likely die here.
This is truly a space that is outside humanity, let me say that.
Prisoners are forced to work under inhumane conditions. The smallest mistake can cost them their lives. Escape is almost impossible. Only a handful make it out, risking everything on deadly routes. In North Korea, there are several of these death camps, and the regime has kept them a secret for decades. But through the relentless work of human rights organizations, satellite imagery, and reports from survivors, we can have a glimpse at these facilities. Why are people being sent to Camp 14? What does daily life look like inside its walls? What horrors do the inmates face? And how do people actually get out? This is the story of the most horrific prison camp in North Korea. This story is based on Escape from Camp 14 by Blaine Harden. One former prisoner of Camp 14 later changed parts of his story. Every time you see this symbol, it marks those revisions. If you want to know more about the exact changes and the reasons behind them, we recommend reading this article. Since North Korea denies the existence of these camps, independent verification is not possible. Shin Dong-hyuk is just a young boy when he witnesses the little girl being punished for having food in her pocket. Shin has no doubt she deserved it. After all, she stole food, and in Camp 14, stealing means death. He doesn't question it. He knows nothing else. The camp rules are his reality. Shin was born in Camp 14, but his parents didn't fall in love. They were assigned to each other by prison guards. Intimacy between men and women is strictly forbidden. If a woman becomes pregnant without permission, both she and the baby are shot. In Camp 14, there is only one way to have a child: promotion. Those who work hard, and more importantly, snitch on others, may be granted a reward marriage. This is how Shin Dong-hyuk and his older brother Shin Hee-gyun come into the world. But they don't grow up as a real family. Their mother never talks about the past. Shin has no clue why his parents were imprisoned, and it probably wouldn't matter anyway.
It's all about suspicion. You know, you don't have to be an anti-regime character. But if you're suspected of being anti-regime, of being a wrongdoer, a wrong thinker, of having engaged in wrong associations, they will send you to the camp.
This is Greg Scarlatoiu. He's president and CEO of HRNK, the Washington-based Committee on Human Rights in North Korea. For years, Greg and his team have been investigating human rights abuses at these camps. Like many others, Shin will most likely stay in Camp 14 for the rest of his life, even though he never committed a crime. This is the house Shin and his mother live in. Along with his mother's promotion came slightly better housing. They share it with 3 other families and sleep on the floor. There is a single light bulb in the kitchen. Electricity works for just 2 hours a day. There's no running water, no furniture, no shower, and barely enough food to survive. The building is part of a model village, one of many. Camp 14 is estimated to cover around 153 square kilometers, almost 3 times the size of Manhattan. It is secured by a 60-kilometer fence, patrol paths, barracks, guard posts, and checkpoints. The whole area stretches from river valleys to mountain peaks. The wilderness and the Taedong River act as a natural barrier, an immense obstacle course separating the facility from the outside world. Little villages are scattered across the vast area, containing housing and working units.
These are sprawling facilities. They're very large facilities. So at some of these facilities, you see farming, agriculture going on. You see some of these facilities that are adjacent to coal mines or other types of mineral exploitation.
Researching and animating topics like these take a lot of time.
You enjoy it,
we work for months on just...
Shall going up, down. Had to go drop a dookie. But nothing came out, to be honest, so... Yeah, probably don't need to go in detail with that. How are we level 4, bro? We're actually mudded. We need to get back up. We need to start playing more regularly so we actually have a better chance of getting ranked up. Alright, let's stop playing funk and play some actual tunage. Man, about the things that we could be. What else? What else? What else? I just can't get enough. Da-da-da. See here, why is there more live matches than players queuing? Shouldn't it be less matches because there'll be 10 people in a match? It's a maths muffin. Yeah, it makes sense because if there's more players matches, so less matches than players. Yeah, that makes sense. Is that what I said? No? I've been loving, losing sleep, dreaming about the things that we could. Uh-oh. Uh-oh. Oh, I was about to say overpass. Hell nah. We'll be oh, I forgot to load up the game. Cooked. The things that we could be. You know that we'll be counting stars. Dun, 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 dun. Might go and do some lat pull downs tomorrow in the gym, bro. We're doing our Cali routine at the moment, but I think we need to build strength in other areas as well.